Welcome back everybody to Pokemon TCG Center. Today I'm gonna live stream a little bit with Eevolution deck, as you can see in front of you. So this is basically my Eevolution Zoroark deck that I really like to play, and this is the updated version of this deck for the standard format. So without too many waste of time, I'm just gonna start with the game number 1 right there. All right. I really like the deck. It's very interesting to play with it. Plus, you also have so many different options to attack. You can use your Zoroark with the Mind Jack. You can attack with 3 different GX attacks. You can play your Shaymins as well. Strike for a lot of different weakness types. So yeah, plenty of different options to go with this build. Alright, so starting without basic Pokemon. And again, as long as I can start without Shaymin, I'm gonna be just perfectly fine. So there is 1 copy of the Eevee. Oof, rest of the hand looks just very bad. But hopefully top deck is gonna be a little bit better. There's Choice Band and Trainer's Mail, which means I'm gonna be able to set up Shaymin for a few extra cards. I hope I can maybe also find maybe Energy card. Something like Energy regular type will be just perfect, so I can attach it to use my Eevee ability, of course. On the other side, looks like it's gonna be Lunala GX deck, at least. Looking at that loading screen where my opponent played Cosmog with the Lunala. But let's see, that's the top Lunala for N. Whew, okay, looks like I'm gonna be saved here because my hand was just completely broken and useless. And yeah, definitely energy attached to his top Lunala and 1 copy of N. Alright, that's just fine for me. That's just fine for me. Few more Eevees. Oh, also Zorua top deck. That's nice. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna evolve into my Umbreon, of course. And I'm gonna attach my Choice Band and Sycamore for 7. Or wait a minute, I don't actually need to do that. I'm just gonna strafe without switching down to my bench. So that's gonna be 30, and that's gonna be pretty much it. Next turn I'm just gonna evolve my Eevee into the Espeon-GX, and then energy attach, and then Sycamore for 7. Or I just maybe I can attach energy for sure, so I can maybe use my Darkhold GX. Oh, but my opponent actually decided to end here. Alright, maybe I can find Lysander right now. Maybe not. Alright, so I love to see as many Pokemons on his bench. The more Pokemons he have, the more damage counters my Zoroark will be capable to do. So far, he can strike for like 130 with the Mind Jack. That's going to be the base damage at this moment. 1 more Pokemon on his bench, that's going to be like 160. And fighting in something like a Choice Band, that's like 190. That's the one-hit knockout against Tapu Lele without too many problems. Alright, Trubbish and Instruct for 2. Sweet. Alright, so time to evolve. Time for the Trainer's Mail. Really not looking forward to take another Choice Band. But what I can do here is I can definitely Ultra Ball for first Shaymin in game. So I can set up for like 6 extra cards. I might find myself, I might find Lysander with a double Course energy, or maybe not. So level ball for something like another Zorua. And to be honest, I'm gonna Ultra Ball one more time here for another Shaymin-EX. And then I will Ultra Ball one more time after that Shaymin-EX. For something like the Zoroark. Alright, Field Blower, double Course Energy. But I already attached my energy, so that's gonna be pretty much one Ultra Ball for two Sycamores. And for first Zoroark. And I'm definitely not gonna play that N. There is no reason for doing that. So I'm just comfortable with one stray for like 30, which is gonna be more than enough for the knockout. And for the first prize in the game. So there we go with another Zoroark. Okay, I kinda like that. So two Zoroarks for the next turn in play for me. This Tapu Lele, it's probably gonna be knocked out so far. 130, 160 with the Choice Band, 180 with Kukui. This is the Ultra Ball, probably for another Lele or maybe even Shaymin, or just for the Garbodor. Alright, even that is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 item cards in my discard pile. That's like 120. That's like 120 right now. And yeah, he can definitely instruct. But he didn't instruct. I'm not sure why. But that's even better for me. That's a Trainer's Mail for a Choice Band. But still, I can't go for one-hit knockout. Okay. Okay. Let me see. 6, 3, 6, 9. That's like 150. Why I didn't attach my double Course Energy down to my Espeon and then simply Sycamore for like 7. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do that. Anyways, I'm gonna Mind Jack my opponent very hard here for like 160. If he wants to knock out my Zoroark, definitely he's gonna need to pay one more energy, but that's definitely not worth in my opinion. Where on the other side, next turn technically I can maybe even take double knockout. For example, I can always knock out his Cosmog. But my threat is also that Garbodor with the Trash Lanche. That's just for sure. So that's the V Seeker, and it's gonna be for N, which means fresh hand of 5 new cards for me, 6 for my opponent. Okay, so what we can find here: Level Ball, Floatstone, Super Rod, Sycamore, and Psychic Energy card. Oh, there we go. That's the 5th Pokemon on my opponent bench, and that's also Toxapex GX. So he can actually strike for 100, because the weakness and the resistance are not affected. I completely forget about that. Anyways, another Zoroark for me. And the Floatstone, and the Super Rod. So I can recycle him back. Of course, I'm gonna play another Level Ball for that Zorua, without too many questions. I'm also gonna play my Sycamore this time. One Sycamore for now. And I'm gonna knock him out with my Sky Return. That's the best thing I can do right now. Sky Return, retreating down to my Zorua. I think that's the best move I can do. So there's too many item cards in my discard pile. I don't even want to count them. That's like 4, 6, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's like 280 with a single energy card. Brock's Grid. Alright, so that's not gonna be a Lysander, which means my Zorua will be knocked out. And since that's the supporter card, I can relieve at least for the moment. And I can basically try to find a way to get that Lysander in play maybe for turn after this. For that double knockout against his Cosmog, of course. Maybe I can even finish the game knocking out somehow his Toxapex and Active Garbodor at once. But probably that's not gonna happen. Okay, so Trash Lanche 260 because of the resistance minus 20. Yeah, time for another Zoroark action. So far, the best thing I can do is to play my Trainer's Mail, grab myself Ultra Ball, but I really don't need that Ultra Ball. But I can always discard some of the necessary cards from my hand, like Hex Maniac and Vaporeon, for example, and grab myself something like a Tauros-GX and put it basically into the into play. But also this seems like a good idea also, but maybe also dangerous a little bit. Be a Seeker for N. Ah, come on, he decided to concede. Alright, moving on to the another game. So the game number 2, as you can see, my opponent just decided to concede. Not sure why. He didn't want to play till the end. I actually don't concede my games. Maybe in 100 games I concede probably once, maybe twice. Ah, Greninja Break on the other side. But he also runs Psychic Pokemon. There's just a double Chorus Energy sitting in my hand, and Espeon-GX is the top deck. So my opponent started with the Froakie. Alright. One Froakie versus one Eevee, and that's it. But I guess I'm gonna help my opponent a little bit with this N. Yeah, I simply need energy card of any type of the basic energy. For me, it's just gonna be perfectly fine. But much better is the Darkness one, to be honest, because against Greninja, Umbreon is definitely a little bit better, because it can also spread damage to the bench. Yeah, I can strive. I can strive for like 30 and that's gonna be it. Plus power, Kukui, knockout the Dunk, GG turn 1, but yeah, we don't have plus power in the standard format. But I would definitely like to see, I would definitely love to see plus power in the future. No doubt about that. That's the Wally for Greninja. That's the Wally for the Frogadier, and the question is, can he maybe find the energy card? Yes, he even have that Splash Energy, and that's gonna be Water Duplicate. So it's gonna be for like up to 2 more Frogadiers. Alright, that's interesting. Double Chorus Energy for me, and I'm gonna Shadow Bullet his Frogadier on the bench. Alright, it's a Zorua. I mean, if I decided to strike for 30 his Froakie, he would evolve anyways, so it's pretty much the same. it's pretty much the same. At least I managed to find myself Zorua, which is very important. There is Greninja, so I can expect to see maybe 8 damage counters from this Greninja. Yeah, I didn't play my Pearl City, so that might cost me a lot here, especially if he find himself a Greninja break for the next turn. But at least I managed to get another Eevee, so there we go with the Dive Ball. For another Greninja, yeah, he managed to set up pretty quick. And I still don't have backup attacker on my bench, which has cost me a lot. Plus he also have free retreat, so even if I want to confuse him, that's not gonna work. There we go, 8 damage counters as expected. Psychic Energy, but ability cannot be used. 1 Sycamore for 7. There is Zorua and the Floatstone, but for now I just don't really want to play any of these cards, so I'm just gonna strike with my Shadow Bullet and spread 3 damage counters down to his Froakie on the bench. Maybe next turn somehow, theoretically, I can pull the knockout against that Froakie, but probably not. But if I manage to do that, I can definitely have double knockout. But yeah, that's the Greninja break, and right now he can strike me for the John Water Shuriken and 8 more damage counters, and that's it. That's the knockout. But it would be knockout anyways, even if I had my Pearl City in play. Oh, he decided to snipe my Eevee on the bench. Oh, all right. That's. I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. He might have another Greninja break available, so that's the reason maybe he decided to do that. So, Greninja. And a Max Potion. Yeah, of course. Max Potion. Skyla could be for Dieball. Dieball can be for like another Greninja break, and who knows what else he have in his hand. Another Greninja is here. Yeah, those John Water Shurikens are gonna be so broken right now. I don't have Hex Maniac. Looks like that's gonna be Moonlight Splash for like 80. Next turn my Umbreon is knocked out. Next turn my Umbreon is knocked out. So 1 Super Rod. 1 Floatstone, and again Sycamore for like 7. It's not worth to play in because I'm gonna help my opponent away too much. Trainer's Mail for another N. Alright, Choice Band can definitely be attached because I don't need it in this game. What else? What else to do next? Well, I'm thinking about just not attaching my energy, at least for now. So I can Shadow Bullet, or maybe I should attach energy to my Tauros. Now I'm gonna risk anyway. Shadow Bullet. 3 damage counters can definitely goes down to his Frogadier. Maybe again I find myself in position to take double knockout. Okay, so he have energy available in his hand, which means he can John Water Shuriken once. Put 6 damage counters down to my Umbreon and knock him out. That will allow him to take 2 more prize cards. And after that, basically, he might find himself in a position to find 1 more energy card. But he decided to Lysander for my Zoroark. Retreat, use John Water Shuriken to my Umbreon, knock him out, pull 2 prize cards, and he can strike technically only for like 80, and that's gonna be pretty much it. Which means next turn, Field Blower. Alright, I'm gonna lose also my Float Stone. Top deck. Oh, look at this. Okay, I have Float Stone as a top deck. But I can't play that in. But I actually need to play that in. But wait a minute. Let's risk with Kukui for like 2 extra cards. I'm not gonna find anything. But at least I can try with my Quick Draw and get myself extra card, which is a Field Blower. Alright, so can he find supporter card? Can he find energy card? We shall see. If not, next turn definitely and it's gonna be played. No, no way. A Splash Energy is a top deck and to knock it against my Eevee. Oof, this hurts a lot. If I only retreated down to my Tauros, things would be a little bit different. Yeah, at least I can Mind Jack for like 1-hit knockout, and I can take myself 1 prize card here, which is gonna be another Eevee. Alright. Zorua is very close to be knocked out, and that's for sure. And there's a Diaball for Greninja. I'm not sure what else my opponent have in his hand. But as long as he can have only 1 Greninja, that's just perfectly fine for me. So there's Kukui, which means extra 20 damage in 2 cards. Alright. As long as there's not going to be another John Wilder Shuriken, I'm fine. But I definitely regret my decision. Switching my Zoroark down to my... switching my Zoroark down to my Eevee. But alright. There is Espeon as a top deck. Let's see what you can find with that N. At least I'm gonna put my opponent down to only 1 card. Pretty much nothing good. I mean, nothing good. I had a Pearl City, which is a good one, but I'm definitely not gonna use it. I'm gonna Ultra Ball right here, which is gonna be for, of course, Shaymin. I'm searching for that double Course Energy. I definitely need my double Course Energy right now, and I need it so badly. We have only 1 card available. There we go. Yeah. It's also risky. If I don't have Zoroark, but I do have Zoroark, I have Zoroark. Yeah. 1 energy in his hand will definitely allows him to go for the John Wilder Shuriken, but tell you one thing, I'm gonna risk here. I'm gonna risk definitely. Who cares? I don't have nothing to lose. I mean, not playing tournament or something like that, just practicing here. So that's gonna be Rage. No, actually Horn Attack for like 60. That's it. So if he have energy, then he can definitely take the victory here. But if he don't have energy, then I can actually save my Eevee. Oh, there's a V-Seeker. It's gonna be Skyla for anything that can search him energy card. I can't believe he actually have V-Seeker in his hand. Every time I end my opponent down to 1 card, he just get that N. Or not the end, but he just get that V-Seeker for any supporter card he wants. In real life, in the virtual life, that's always happening, and I'm not sure why. But I really don't have luck ending my opponent. So yeah, of course, John Wilder Shuriken down to my Eevee, and that's it. That's the GG. I mean, even if I decided to evolve my Eevee and not to attack with my Tauros, probably things would be the same, because he could just spread 6 damage counters with the John Wilder Shuriken to my Zoroark, and then after that place another John Wilder Shuriken for the knockout. Let's start first. Let's see what we can get right now. One copy of Eevee. That's just fine. Oh, there's a Starmie, so this is maybe Goldex Starmie deck? Yes, it is. I'm very familiar with that deck. Okay, so that's very unlucky for my opponent. I mean, he probably have, what, 4 copies of Psyduck, 2 copies of Staryu, maybe 2 Remorites, like 8 basic Pokemons in total, but he didn't find a single one for like 5 turns. Even worse for me, I didn't find pretty much almost nothing here. Yeah, that's gonna be at least one Umbreon-GX for me, and let's see what we can find with the Trainer's Mail. I don't like that. Well, at least I can, you know, level ball for one more Eevee. And for now, I'm just gonna pass my turn. I'm not gonna play my Sycamore because I'm gonna discard way too much cards from my hand. But on the other side, next turn I can attach my double Course Energy, I can evolve my Eevee into the Umbreon, or even better, my opponent can simply end me. So I can get 6 new cards. Alright, another Eevee, Umbreon, Zoroark, Floatstone, and N. All of these cards can be used. So we are both confused here. We are both confused, and I really like that Psyduck. It's very good card. It's very good card. Alright, so I have my Floatstone right here, plus I also have my Psychic Energy, so I can evolve into my Espeon. An even better thing here, I can level ball for something like a Zorua. I can put my Zorua on the bench, I can switch my Umbreon with my Espeon, and of course I can strike for 30 my opponent side. I can confuse him, but since he is already confused, I'm just gonna strike for like 30. I have 2 Field Blowers, Flowstone for the next turn, of course, that I'm gonna attach down to my Zorua. And as you can see, there is finally Golduck for my opponent with the Splash Energy. And that's gonna be maybe 120, maybe 150, maybe 170. Depend on how many energies my opponent will have, and some other cards like a Choice Band or Kukui. So far he managed to get that Choice Band. So with 2 Water Energies discarded from hand, he can strike for like 150. Sycamore for 7. Alright. So how many energies with the double jet? Ooh, 2 of them. 150. If they actually made Golduck with triple jet for like, let's say 180, that card would be just broken. Maybe even stronger than Garbodor. This is very interesting. This is very, very interesting. I'm gonna Ultra Ball. And I'm gonna grab myself Zoroark so I can stand in retreat. But what I'm gonna use here is gonna be... Actually, I'm just gonna confuse my opponent. I completely forget that I can do that. I was thinking about just using my Dark Hole GX, but then I told myself, wait a minute. I can simply confuse him. And if he gets Tails on the coin flip, he's gonna be knocked out. On the other side, I can maybe even have double knock against two Golducks at the same with my Espeon Shadow Bullet. Okay, so there's just one Darkness Energy again. And Professor's Leather. Good thing about Starmie is that by discarding one random card from your hand, you can simply grab two Water Energies. Ooh, he decided to confuse both of us here. So right now it's definitely time for my Zoroark to start shine. There's no question about it. Stand in, retreat down to my Umbreon, and what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna use my Shadow Bullet for the double knockout, and that's the GG. That's it. He don't have another Golduck in play. He don't even have another Psyduck in play. So my opponent does not have attacker available for the next turn, and until he managed to set up his attacker, probably I'm just gonna have a one per one prize knockout against all of his Pokemons in play. However, there is Professor Kukui. Again, he can try to confuse me, but as long as I have my Zoroark with the Floatstone, I don't need to worry too much about that confuse wave. So personally, I would definitely try to keep both Psyducks on the bench. So he just strike for like 30. I decided I top decked Choice Band, so I will definitely put it into play. VSC curve for one copy of N. But before I play my N, let's just see. Yeah, nothing. Time for the N. Or actually, wait a second. I guess I can do maybe something like that. And then play my N. I'm searching for a Lysander, but so far I can't find it. So he can strike for like 151. Well, technically he can have that knockout with Kukui and some other cards. So I'm thinking about just retreating for now and striking for like 30, so I can have maybe double knockout against Staryu and Golduck. Much better and smarter, instead of just taking the risk being knocked out by his Golduck with Kukui and Choice Band. I definitely predicted that move, and as you can see, he already has Psyduck and Splash Energy, and he can easily grab two energies with a Space Beacon into his hands. So the question just is, can he maybe find a V-Seeker and Golduck in this same turn for like 180? No, he can just play N. Alright, that's just fine. So he played N, and I find myself V-Seeker and double Course Energy. There's also Ultra Ball. Looks like this is gonna be knockout, since he decided to retreat down to Deep Psyduck. And there we go with a Die Ball. So he can grab himself a Golduck. All he really need is just a single energy discarded from his hand, or he can maybe just strike with the Stretch for like 50. So for me, it's definitely time to promote my Umbreon-GX and strike for the double knockout. That's the beauty of this deck. That's definitely the beauty of this deck. And I'm also gonna play my Kukui. There's another double Course Energy. Well, I'm gonna play my Ultra Ball for something like Shaymin? No, not gonna do that. We'll just put my Pearl City in play. And I'm gonna remove my Espeon from play. And after that, I'm gonna strike with my Shadow Bullet for double knockout. Okay, so one prize card is gonna be another double course energy, and another prize card will be, let's see, Professor Sycamore. Alright. So as long as I have my Pearl City in play, damage will be reduced for like 20. Can he maybe find another Choice Band, Kukui, 2 energies for that knockout, maybe even Stadium, of course. As long as I have Stadium, he needs way too many cards for that one-hit knockout against my Umbreon. He needs Choice Band, he needs Kukui, he have Kukui for now, he still needs to find Choice Band and 2 more energies, and Stadium card, of course, so he can strike for like 170. But so far looks like that's not gonna happen. So far he can strike for like 120, and that's gonna be it. Yeah, so double jet for like 120, and all I really need is just a Lysander, but so far I cannot find myself a Lysander. But what I can do is I can simply play my, let's say, Sycamore for 7. Okay, I can also Super Rod. Some of my energies, yeah, let's just go with the energies and with 1 copy of Shaymin. I also have Lysander for the next turn. Most importantly, I can also knock him out just by using my Mind Jack, and that's like 100. And yeah, pretty much all I really need next turn is just the energy card, worst case scenario, for the knockout against any of his Pokemon, since all of them are just 90 or less. Okay, so Lysander play, it's gonna be for my Umbreon-GX. And after that, I'm just knocked out. But still, I need again a single energy card, and I will definitely have my Darkness energy available, since I have my V-Seeker available, and I can just get myself. He needs Zen. My opponent definitely needs Zen here, and I'm not sure why he discarded. He strike only for 40? What? What did just happen right now? I'm confused. But okay, probably he just misplayed. But anyways, let's move on to another game. Okay, so I actually have challenge. We'll accept it. Okay, looking to play maybe 2 more games for today's live stream. So I have my Zorua in hand, 2 level balls. Not bad hand, not bad at all. Ooh, Wobbuffet. Glaceon. Ooh, Team School Grunt. So 2 dark double course energies discarded from my hand, and a Floatstone for the Wobbuffet. That's it. So let's just see what we can find with the level ball, of course. Few copies of Eevee. Few copies of Eevee, Trainer's Mail for N. That's sweet. Before I N, I'm just gonna use my Fill Blower, and after that I'm gonna N. As long as Wobbuffet is in the active spot, I simply can't do too much against it. So I'm just thinking about attaching my double course energy to my Zorua. Might seems like a crazy idea, especially if he can find himself like any other disruptive card, Enhanced Hammer, Crushing Hammer, Team Flare Grunt. But I'm just gonna be fine. There's a Rough Seas and a Delinquent. Ooh, interesting. Very aggressive plays for my opponent. That's for sure. Another double course energy top deck and one copy of N. So at least I have my Tauros, I have Trainer's Mail, and of course Ultra Ball. Let's just Ultra Ball for something like Ultra Ball and Sycamore. I really need that Zoroark so I can start to attack. It's gonna be slow attack, but still decent. Mind Jack for like 70 is better than nothing. First Team School Grunt, then Delinquent, and there we go with another Rough Seas, and this might be, you know, Escape Rope. Yeah, down to my Tauros. So if he wants, he can definitely attack him with the Crystal Ray, but yeah, that's not gonna be that good as he thought it would be. Another VE Seeker, of course, is gonna be for the Delinquent. I can't be 100% positive, but maybe my opponent just looking at the deck Pearl with his screen, watching me what type of the cards I have in my hand, because this is just very suspicious. 2 Delinquents in a row and that School Grunt. Something smelled to cheat here, but anyways. Enhanced Hammer, alright, that's sweet. That means he can discard my double course energy, and so far I lost like 3 DCs. And it's gonna be Crystal Ray for like 70. I need double course energy so I can just use Mad Bull GX for the knockout. At least I'm gonna top deck my Sycamore. I'm not gonna find myself in a position to get Second Bite. Can do a lot of damage counters here. But I'm just gonna stand him so I can protect my Tauros here. Mainly that's all I really want to do. I think I'm just gonna do this for now. I will keep my Zoroark in the front, so he can absorb some damage counters from the Crystal Ray, and next turn I can simply knock him out with my Tauros. Of course, if he don't play VE Seeker for the Team School Grunt, simply discarding my Darkness Energy from my hand. Everything is possible. At least I have also Shaymin for the next turn, so I can set up. So there we go with the VE Seeker. And will that VE Seeker? Yeah, Team School Grunt, as expected. So, Team School Grunt, I'm losing my Darkness Energy, but it's not a big deal. At least I can Mad Bull next turn, so Crystal Ray for like 70. Psionic Energy top deck, there we go. Ultra Ball for another Umbreon. Or actually, Espeon is a little bit better, because it can strike for the weakness, those Wobbuffets. Setup of 6 new cards. For my hand, I'm looking for the Floatstone. And I managed to find one. We'll keep that Fill Blower for later. But for now, I'm just gonna strike with my Mad Bull GX, which is gonna be for 210, more than enough for the knockout against his Glacian. And we'll get myself 2 more prize cards. Alright, I didn't decide to put my Pearl City in play. It can definitely help my opponent to use Delinquent. I could definitely, by that way, discard my Zoroark and my Shaymin. On the other side, Psychic Energy can help my opponent to strike with Psychic Infinity for 80. That's like 80 plus 70, 150. Fortunately not enough for the knockout, but that's the Ultra Ball for something like a Jolteon. Alright. Jolteon will not be that effective right now, simply because I have too many basic or evolution Pokemons. And there we go with the Crushing Hammer, which is successful. I wouldn't be surprised to see DC discard, but he decided to go with the energy from the Tauros. And Psychic Assault for like a 80. That's interesting. But I'm just thinking about Sycamore everything here for like 7. And of course Field Blower. Or maybe wait a minute. Nah. Let's just Sycamore for 7. I don't even need to play that Field Blower. Oh. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can still knock him out. But I should definitely play that Field Blower. Super Rod for a few energies. I have Floatstone, which means I can retreat down to my Zoroark, and I can strike with my Mind Jack for like 100. That's the knockout against his Wobbuffet, meaning that he don't have Attacker right now available in play. Of course, always he can promote his Jolteon, and with 1 Rainbow of Energy he can use Swift, which will be more than enough for the knockout against my Zoroark. But if I get lucky, and if I top deck any sort of the energy, I can simply use my Tauros and strike with the Rage for the 1-hit knockout against his Jolteon. So he even have a regular energy in his hand. Alright, of course, time for the Tauros. And the top deck is energy card, so I get pretty lucky here. There we go with the Rage. So that's 170, I'm going down to 1 prize. There's another Zoroark and Professor Sycamore. So I think this is GG. He can try maybe to Sky Return back to his Wobbuffet. Yeah, if he have N, that's definitely sweet play. But he definitely needs to have N. He definitely needs to find himself a N. With the N, he can definitely disrupt me a little bit more. But I don't see N in his discard pile. I only see Professor Sycamore, Delinquent, Ninja Boy, and Team School Grunt. So there's a Ultra Ball. It might be for Shaymin-EX. Okay, so that was Sky Return. I need to promote somebody in the active position. And somebody, it's gonna be my Espeon with a choice band. Sycamore for 7. I need Psychic Energy so badly, and I have 1. Plus I also have Trainer's Mail. Alright, 2 more energies available. So that's the Psy Beam, and it's for like 60, so Wobbuffet is also confused. Which is just good for me. I don't have, and I don't have Lysander. Oh, Shaymin played from hand, which means he really wants to retreat down to his Shaymin. He really wants to retreat down to his Shaymin, and he decided to Team School Grunt in this case. So, time for a stand-in. And time for the Mind Jack. So that's gonna be 70. All three Pokemons right now he have in play are very close to the knockout. Only another maybe energy for the fresh Pokemon can save my opponent. He cannot play N, because if he decides to play N, it will gain me a few more turns. Okay, so that was another Lysander play. And the V is secret for pretty much nothing, since I have stand-in ability. Team School Grant for next turn. Okay. That's a DC, which means he's gonna Ultra Ball for any sort of the Pokemon. So he can retreat his Shaymin down to that Pokemon. And it's gonna be another Wobbuffet, so 3, 6, 9, 10. And I can strike that Wobbuffet for like 100. I can't even strike for 100, I can strike for 70. I can strike for 70, exactly. So I don't even need to do that. I'm just gonna stray for like 30, retreat down to my Zoroark, even if I don't need to do that, and ends my turn. Still I feel how my opponent actually cheated this game, because it was too obvious to play that turn 1 School Grant, and then after that 2 Delinquents and again School Grant. But anyways, GG. I'm a little bit suspicious. Nothing to worry about it. I'm looking forward to play one more battle against Leon. Not sure if I even have him. I don't have him on my friend list, and I don't know. No, I can't actually add any more new friends, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I cannot add new friends. So gonna give a try to the Chris Young, since he actually send that battle request. Okay, so the last game for today's live stream, it looks like it's gonna be against a Garbodor. So Mega Mewtwo is pretty much done with the standard format, because the Garbodor is just way too strong. I need somehow try to keep my discard pile with as less item cards as I can, because that Garbodor will just trash launch me so hard. Okay, 3 extra cards. Still no sign of the basic Pokemon for me. Looks like my opponent will start with the Tauros-GX. Okay, what I can do here is I can maybe try to confuse him, but I need 1 copy of Eevee, since I have my Psychic Energy available in my hand. Will that be it? Nope, there's a Sycamore for 7. Rescue Stretcher, Floatstone, Psychic Energy, Sycamore, Ultra Ball. Tapu Lele. Okay. It's not worth to play that Tapu Lele right now, but he decided actually to put it on the bench. But he already Sycamore for 7. Huh, that's interesting. And Tapu for N. If he had Bridget in his hand, I don't know why he didn't decide to play just Bridget. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna discard 1 Sycamore and 1 copy of a Jolteon with that Ultra Ball, of course, for my Eevee. What I need to do here, I definitely need to confuse my opponent Tauros as fast as I can. So I'm gonna play my Floatstone to my Shaymin and play my N. Okay, a few more searching cards available. First I'm gonna play my Trainer's Mail. Okay, I completely forget to turn on my mic, so sorry for that. I was talking for like 10 minutes and I didn't notice that my mic actually blinking, that sound is not going on, so sorry for that. It happens. Eevee, Psychic Energy, Espeon to be returned back into my deck. Let's see. I can Mind Jack for 160, or I can take a risk, play my Sycamore, and maybe not find Choice Band. Or on the other side, I can simply grab my Lysander and knocks out his Tauros-GX with my Mind Jack and get 2 prize cards. Okay, so Espeon and Eevee, yeah. I just recycled them back with the Super Rod, and I just pulled them back with my... interesting. Anyways, 2 more prize cards for me. All I really need is... just a Lysander play against his Tapu Lele, and the game is over for my opponent. He had 10 cards available, so probably I will see another round of the N, and that Drampa will be available right now to attack for the one-hit knockout, and there we go with the N. So I need just a VS Seeker for week 3. All I really need is just a VS Seeker. Eevee and double Corsair Energy is not bad, but it's not what I need. 150. Time for Zoroark, of course. Time for the Zoroark, and the top deck is another Eevee, so let's just play those Eevees on the bench, and let's just go with the Mind Jack for 130. I have 2 Umbreon-GX right now available, but the problem is that N actually disrupt my hand so badly, and I also put my Eevees on the bench. So right now my opponent knows that I need to top deck something good, and this is going to be retreat down to the Garbodor, a VS Seeker for Lysander play, Lysander knockout against my Umbreon, and the only way that I can win the game is simply by top decking a VS Seeker for the week 3. Nothing else can actually saves the day. If I was actually recycling back my... Ooh, he don't have Lysander in his discard pile. If I was actually recycling back my Shaymin instead of the Eevee, I would draw right now 1 Shaymin, and I would have set up for 6 for probably VS Seeker and knockout against the Drampa. But I still have like 3 VS Seekers available, so there's a good chance that I might pull one of them with next few cards. Plus my opponent don't have Lysander, so I might survive for like 1 more turn. He actually have Lysander available in his hand. Come on, 280. 280. 280. It's pretty much the same. VS Seeker is the only card that can save the day. Tauros-GX. Well, I can Mind Jack, and that's it. That's like 160, but he have the Drampa available. Level ball. Okay. That's the GG, and that's pretty much all for tonight's live stream. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up as always, and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Deck list is available in the video description. The live stream will be uploaded to my YouTube channel with next hour probably. Stay tuned for more videos. Let me know also what you think about this deck in the comments below. And yeah, that's another Lysander for another Umbreon and two prize knockouts. 280. I wish I can see the next card, the top deck card, but I can't. So yeah, once again, there's a deck list. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. So have a nice day wherever you are, and goodbye.